Alright, y'all. This is your man El Jamal. This is another edition of Never Out of Bounds. Of course, this is the place where you can say what you want as long as you got them facts. Been out the way a little bit, learning to perfect my channel, learning to perfect editing and video skills. But also, there's been some news going on in the world. Of course, first and foremost, let me get right into it with an RIP for George Floyd. And to all people, regardless of race, that have been murdered without due process or just flat out murdered. Let's just say it like it is, flat out murdered by the police. This has become an issue that, has affected the black community for decades. And if you have everybody else if you have certain sources tell you, it's starting to affect the white community. Apparently they are the most, they are apparently the highest number of victims being killed by the police. All these new things that come out of the woodwork out of nowhere. It's funny how all these things and all these, sentiments come out when black people have their thing to say, have their day. I've seen so much hypocrisy in the past 2 or 3 weeks, so I decided I'm going to show you guys that in this episode. There's going to be some examples of some rioting, all different types of riots. And I want to ask you guys, when you look at what you see in these riots, what makes you feel uncomfortable? Because again, I'm hearing all this stuff coming out, about, you're destroying your property. So much negative stuff about these riots, and so much, negativity about this situation. And let's just call it like it is. What you had here is a murder. This was not an overreach by a policeman. This was a racist man committing an act of murder. You cannot explain that away to me. You cannot call it a tragedy. You can say, let's call it what it is. This is a murder. And since it was done by asphyxiation, which a private independent autopsy confirmed, which is what I'm going to go with. I'm not going to go with the medical examiner because I know not to believe that. I know the medical system is trash. I know that our police system in a lot of ways is trash. So let's talk about it. I know people don't want to hear these words. They don't want to hear these concepts, but I've been marinating. And I've sat back and I saw all y'all posts online. I've been reviewing them. I looked at all y'all arguments against everything and about how we shouldn't say this or we shouldn't go at it like this. But let's travel back just a little bit, about a year or so, maybe even a little bit longer than that. Your boy Colin Kaepernick had his little thing, and I was one of the people that was against that. Against his, I won't say that, and I never said that what he was protesting wasn't a valid discussion. Of course, as we see, black men in particular, but black women too. Now, there's a lot of Sandra Bland. Recently, can't say her first name, but Miss Taylor, R.I.P. Same thing with her. Black women, black men, find themselves dead at the hands of police. They're being murdered. These are not accidents. These are not these are just one-off occasions. No. This is murder. Okay? Now, we can sit there, we can argue, and we can sit there. No, that's murder. If you cannot sit there and say asphyxiation by basically using your knee, using your whole weight on you, from your body, your lower body, to drive it into a man's artery to take away his breathing passage. It's like when you shoot somebody. That's murder. Freddie Gray in the back of a police truck, tied up already. He was billy clubbed, basically clubbed to death. Oh, what about, Oscar Grant, hogtied? We saw this. The movie didn't want to give it no justice, unfortunately. Good movie, but it didn't give that scene the man was hogtied and shot in the back of his head. This is what we are defending. This is what... No, I'm going to say it like this. If you have a problem with the looting, I don't care what you say. You're okay with the shooting. Sorry, fam. I don't care if you're black or white. I don't care your background. If you're against the looting, then you're okay with the shooting. Sorry. The looting or the protests in which they originally started as were in response to these murders that nobody seems to care about. See, even black folk, they're so caught up on the loss of property, some materials. Y'all that materialistic that it's okay for somebody to get killed? See, because my problem is with all these, whether they're black, white, Latino, whatever you want to, whatever. All these people that are against the protests, against the whatever is resulting from it, they seem, if you ask me, I have yet to heard them. You can't hear a whole lot of them consistently say that the murder was wrong. For one, they're not saying that consistently enough for me to feel comfortable and say, yeah, okay, maybe I can see it your way. Because y'all can't even really say the murder was wrong. Y'all won't even call it what it is, which is murder. That shows a lot, in my opinion, about you guys. Okay? So y'all okay with it? Is y'all really okay with it? Because y'all ain't got, not only are y'all not consistently saying what it is, which is murder, you have no other solutions. You're so mad about the looting. Look at y'all looting, y'all taking away. Well, what you got planned? What was your idea? Ask some of these motherfuckers, and I'm gonna say like, because I'm trying to, be a little bit mature. I'm trying to make sure I ain't going too far off the railings and just how I'm talking. But listen to these motherfuckers and what they have to say to you. They don't got no solution. They'll tell you. I think they are anti-solution. They just sit there. Well, we don't need to be going in the stores. We don't need to be pro. Well, what you gonna do? Y'all don't want to voting wrong. Y'all don't want to be the cop. Y'all don't want to be the mayors. Y'all don't want to be the senators. It's a clown. It's a house nigga job to be a cop, right? But y'all want to go and beg these white cops to not shoot you. And don't get me wrong, I was one of the people that was not, and I'll admit it, and I'm still, and this is how I feel about the knee that he took, Colin Kaepernick, referring to Kaepernick, in protests in general. I feel to the point, and we are here, being honest with you guys, there are ways in which they can be, they're still a part of our life. Do I think that they're always super effective? No. In Colin Kaepernick's case, because of his circumstances, I'm going to still kind of, not necessarily give him the benefit of the doubt, because again, this was an issue that was around before he had his issues in San Francisco, before he was a starting quarterback in the NFL. He could have been saying these things. So I get why people were, iffy on his approach. But with that being said, that is an example of a non-violent protest. And even if I wasn't with it, that was y'all. Look at that. It was a non-violent protest, and even me, I'm telling you to this day, I wasn't all with that. So what do you do? Well, this is my suggestion, and this is just a suggestion because, again, there's two people that I'm thinking about, that I've been thinking about for the last 2 or 3 days, and that is my grandmother. And the reason why I'm thinking about her now, because there was something that she told me. She always told me this my entire life until she passed away, and that is to be a part of the solution and not the problem. So looting maybe not is the best solution, but to turn my back against what's going on, to act like it's not happening because I want to get along, just to get along, I can't do that. That's not a solution either. So what I can do is come up with suggestions. What I can do is educate myself more. And what I can do is suggest with the platform that I have, which isn't huge, but I can suggest for people to do the same. And that's what I'm going to do. I still suggest that people ring up their local senators, their local congresswoman or man. Holla at them, especially in our community. We have a tendency to, rely on our celebrities and ask, where are they? What are they doing? Fuck them. They cannot write legislation for you. They're not judges. They cannot prosecute. All they can do is try to encourage those people to do so. But I don't think we're in a place. This is why, again, I will say what I say. Even I was against what Colin Kaepernick was doing because, again, let's keep it real. We are past the passive stage. We just kind of sit back and try to get everybody to kind of agree and to talk. We know what our issues are in our community. We know that police violence and police brutality is an issue. So the question is, how are we really going to address it? Don't get me wrong, protesting, I get it, I understand it. I am like this. I told people this a long time ago. The first episode I ever put out, first podcast episode I ever put out, I said, we take this back to slavery. I might not be the one to kill the master and start the fight and burn everything up, but I'm the type of person that's willing to sacrifice his foot running away. I'm the runner. I'm the one that will coordinate the run and trying to get Harriet Tubman to come back. That's me. And if it just so happens, if something happens and the plantation do burn down, I'm gonna tell you like this, y'all. Figuratively, nowadays, whatever, I'm going to tell y'all this. I might not have burned it personally, but I ain't telling on who did, and I'm not mad at the fact that they did it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I understand where the people are coming from. You cannot take away people's lives whenever you feel like it just because a fake bill. Especially when you allowed groups of armed men with assault military style rifles to come into y'all federal buildings. Y'all got the nerve to call us thugs because we don't want to be shot by y'all police force while y'all let these motherfuckers go free, and we've seen this happen in our faces. I'm calling all y'all out for that. Y'all didn't have nothing to say when them white boys was coming in there with AKs and rolling up in Michigan. And this is the cold part. It won't happen. Y'all think it won't happen here? Believe me. Those groups of white boys, those are not your friend. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, before y'all get twisted, I'm not saying white people cannot empathize or not for this movement in some ways, have not shown support. I'm not saying that. I'm saying them white boys that showed up to them courthouses in Michigan with them AR, they're not your friend. I don't know about it. I can't speak for Antifa because I ain't never met nobody in no Antifa. I don't go to no Antifa rally. I ain't for none of that. Cause what I do is direct in your face, and this is how we getting down, okay? So, and then another thing before y'all really take these little, these riots out of control and really start trying to, feel scary and act all, no. Let's talk about the provocateurs. Let's talk about the undercover agents setting this shit off. Y'all need to be cool with all that. We've already discovered and we already be filling them out. So if I were you, anything about destruction, anything about any type of violence being encouraged, I would automatically assume it's a provocateur. I would automatically assume it's some type of trap. The minute we started seeing motherfuckers just post online, oh, come to this spot, we're going to riot here, come to this so-and-so spot, you know that's a honeypot. Don't play yourself. We not stupid. Okay, and y'all can say what you want, the loot and all that, whatever. The looters didn't kill nobody. Nobody got killed when motherfuckers was looting. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so y'all can sit there and cry, I hear all this. Why y'all do it in y'all community? First of all, the downtown sections is not your community. That's the market community. That's where they put all the you ain't a part of that. They've moved us out of all the major downtown districts years ago. And as far as what black people was doing in their own communities, I didn't see no protest. The black communities in the Bay Area, East Oakland, North Oakland, West Oakland, parts of San Francisco, you got Double Rock, all them places. You got Fillmore, predominantly, at one time predominantly black. What other? We got what is the other one? The major one in San Francisco, Hunters Point. Didn't nobody tear nothing up there. But you had a lot of undercover agents. You had a lot of motherfuckers from the suburbs coming through. That's what you had. And we didn't check that personally. But there's evidence of us doing that too. Now, as far as the businesses and all that, corporations, I don't care. They'll be alright. I'm gonna be honest with you. They gonna be alright. Target CEO already done said it. Trust me, Walmart, they'll be okay. Stop tripping. And y'all shouldn't be fucking with them people anyway. I wouldn't be spending my dollar at no Costco, at no Walmart or no Target anyway. Especially if I'm talking about some food. That's how y'all do yourself dirty. Y'all buy cheap boo-boo ass products for them boo-boo ass companies that treat their workers wrong anyway. I'm not feeling sad for them. Okay? Stop it. Walmart takes life insurance policies out on their workers and don't even pay them to them when they die. Get the fuck out of here with that, oh, they gonna burn down the wall. Fuck Walmart. I don't care about no goddamn Walmart. Ew, Walmart is let's not even talk about Walmart and Target. Oh my God, Target. Now, what I will say is there has been some evidence of smaller stores being attacked in terms of black-owned stores. Some of those might have got hit up. There is evidence in Dallas and in Atlanta, but as far as Oakland is concerned, I don't have any evidence of any. In Minnesota, in Minneapolis, where at least George Floyd was murdered, and what set the city that set all this stuff off, there was actually groups of white. What I heard and what I came across, it could be whatever, but groups of white and black men protecting local businesses in Minneapolis. So you have a whole lot of different varying stories in each little place, in each different pocket. You also got Lori Harvey, aka Steve Harvey's daughter, lying about her shit getting robbed into. So you gotta understand there's a mind game being played here, and I never will feel bad about fighting for my freedoms. You got people and everybody got something to say. You got motherfuckers leaving their country, they war-torn country. Hold on. You got motherfuckers leaving their war-torn country with poverty and violence, along with these corrupt governments, only to come here and judge us Native Americans for how we getting down. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. This is what we do. You remember, you don't live in your country of origin because you can't do this. Okay? So we exercising all right. And if you keep not trying to exercise all right, you keep trying to be a punk. I don't know, people don't want to hear those words. You keep trying to give them excuses as to why you shouldn't. They're going to keep picking at us. Especially since we ain't really got the leadership like that. We don't hold our elected officials accountable. We elect all type people and then look up to a celebrity and a football player and a rapper and then we ain't got fuck them motherfuckers. Honestly, they alright. Don't get me wrong. When they speaking and they seem to be knowledgeable about what's going on, by all means, hey, whatever. But some of these people, they say they for the cause. They not. A lot of these people, especially if they a celebrity, they definitely for getting some paper from somebody. So I wouldn't fall into what the celebrities is doing. Thank you, whatever. This is a community-centered endeavor. Black folk, Latino, because y'all getting the same forces, the same law enforcement trying to lock us up, shooting us, is the same forces that's locking up y'all immigrant children. We in this motherfucker. And I told you on my last episode of my Golden State issue, check it out on the podcast, Anchor, Spotify, all that, where you find podcasts. I told y'all, being American is not being able to pick on another group because you feel that you have been accepted by the status quo. Blacks are not in the status quo. Working class whites are not in the status quo. They've been making laws to really marginalize all of us for a very long time, but racism is still here to keep us separate. Okay? Remember that. And we need to address this with some legislation and again, to some extent, we don't completely need riots all the way. We don't need to loot all the time, but that's why we have our elected officials. We not holding Miss Auntie Maxine in no real under her. We ain't holding her under no fire. Kamala Harris, we didn't check her till she started to run for president. Okay, Barbara Lee, she been missing. Where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? Cory Booker, same thing. I'm calling all them motherfuckers out. And if Mr. Joe really wants my vote, I need to hear something from you, big dog. And some real shit. Not no, oh, I didn't. Fuck all that. I ain't, no. I don't ever, and before I, get ready to let y'all go, Joe Biden, you were very disrespectful for them comments about who's not black. Fuck that. You don't get to determine who ain't black enough, that and the other. You, as a public servant to this country, need to be making sure you are actually serving who put you up in there. Because as far as I'm concerned, you ain't earned my shit. You ain't earned my vote. Just like Trump right now with that old bullshit I'm gonna call Nash. Fuck y'all shit. You ain't getting my vote either. Fuck around, I'll write somebody in. Don't play me. I suggest all y'all need to learn about Ida B. Wells and anti-lynching and really standing up to y'all. And I suggest all of you. It ain't about trying to take them. No, it's about changing this shit. It's about making this shit better so everybody gets a chance. Nobody's getting Listen, few people are really given that fair chance in this country. Black, white, or whatever have you. That whole story of work hard and all, that's a lie. You can tell us to not act like coons and gangster all day, and they're still gonna shoot us. They still will find reasons to shoot you, and they did. They still will find a reason to kill you, and they do. So don't play dumb with these people. Don't fall for that shit. Yeah, we protested for a few days. Now we passed that. Now it's time that now that we got their attention, we got them really mad. Now it's time to go push that ass in the courts and in that legal system. And y'all don't want, and that's the thing. If y'all can't go that far with it, don't jump onto this. Cause this ain't gonna stop because we got some money in our pocket. Cause we own a couple businesses and all this. And we got some that ain't gonna stop. Because we came a part of their fold. It won't stop. This is a subjugation. They're trying to subjugate you. This ain't about and all that and all. No, you're divided. And America is divided because some people think it's in their mind think it's okay for you to be shot. But I'm telling you this, and I've been here, and then you'll hear facts. Somebody will come out of nowhere out of the woodwork and tell you, well, really, white people get shot more. Well, then y'all need to be a part of this too and stop acting like some punks. If it's true, I don't know if I can believe that because if white people truly felt like they were really getting fucked over, you would know it. So you need to tell me either they don't care. Or it's not really a problem to them, but it's a problem to us. And just because it ain't a problem to them and they not tripping about what happens to them, don't mean we need to take that behavior. And now that I'm at it, let's talk a little bit about the black on black crime thing, because you'll hear a whole bunch of different things. Listen, this is coming from a person that believes it's a thing. Now is not the right time to talk about it. Simple, point blank. Okay, when white police officers, and again, don't get me wrong, we need to be tripping about what we do in our community as well. Okay, but when the police and the power structure as we see it steps outside of its bounds and shows you its racism, you don't just sit there and try to coddle that with no, that's not how that works. Okay. That does not give them the right to kill people. Okay? Don't get it twisted. That is not just because other people gang bang, other people do this, don't matter. That does not give them the right to have access to kill you. And what we need to be doing is talking to not just the courts, the police and all, and our elected officials to make this a felony that would any person, regardless of color, creed, religious background, sexual orientation, when you are unarmed and are killed by the police, that should be an automatic felony. I know people don't want to hear it, but that's a felony, bro, because that's murder. Y'all can say what you want. If somebody unarmed because they cannot, somebody who's unarmed, all that threatening shit that goes out the window. And all that shit, all that people motherfucker talking about, oh, every time I see a black person do this, they're always, you lying. Cause it's I've been smacked about my head without saying nothing to a police. I've had a gun pulled on me without having to say anything. I've seen it happen to people. I've heard these stories come to me from black men and women and also white folk. So I know these motherfuckers can be crooked. So I don't really need to argue with these shuck and jive people, these bootlickers. Don't argue with the bootlickers no more. That's it. They are here to keep you distracted. We know that we have an issue in this country, and we can say that it's race or not. We can say it's race. We can say it's an overstep of power. I don't care what y'all want to call it. But murdering unarmed civilians is a crime. Just because you have a badge shouldn't make it any different. And just like y'all want to lock up the looters, y'all need to lock up the murderers too. And the more I hear about y'all having a problem with looting and not murdering, I'm gonna be real with you, I can't fuck with you. So y'all think about what's really the problem in this world. Is it the institutional racism, or is it the response? If you're more mad about the response and the cause, then you're probably causing it yourself, in a way. And yes, black on black crime does exist, but now's not the time for that conversation per se, because we have to deal with this big monster in our face, which is this system that promotes black on black violence, that promotes black on black friction, that it's creating that. This is being created. Just like the friction between black and whites, that's being artificially inseminated by these groups in power. So once you figure out that first, then you'll be all right. These are all side steps to keep you away from the main problems. They're killing you. Period. And they think it's okay. It ain't right to kill nobody, regardless. The only time where there should have been some shots fired is when they rolled up on the white boys in the courthouses. I would have did it. As a mayor, if I'm a mayor of a major city and I see groups of men coming into my courthouses with armed guns, like I'm calling a state of emergency for that. They called a state of emergency because y'all mad about getting shot at by police. Think about those things. If I'm a mayor of any I'm just speaking hypothetically for myself. If I'm the mayor, I'm sitting in the death squad to get them boys. Something like that. Hey, I put myself out there. Something like we see now with the George Floyd situation. I'm putting myself out there, and I'm becoming a man of my people, and I'm ingratiating myself, and I'm understanding what the situation is, because I can tell that there's some pain here. There's no pain, and there's just frustration that I can't have my way when you bring guns to fight for the economy to reopen. That's just you motherfuckers can't have your way. But y'all didn't say nothing about that. I'm calling out all y'all, especially y'all black folk, that somehow have a problem with rioting, but didn't say nothing when the white boys had them loaded AKs. I'm calling out all you. You know what? I want to say this word, but I'm not going to do it because it's not classy right now. It ain't the right word to use. But y'all saw that shit, and y'all didn't say nothing. But y'all mad about this? Y'all mad because y'all can't be material and spin like you somebody? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all need to quit. Y'all worse than them white boys. That's why I want to drop a word here, but I ain't gonna do it. I'll keep it at the bootlicker. Y'all need to stop that shit right now, because y'all ain't helping nobody being a bootlicker. That's for sure. Because y'all can't even really tell everybody. Y'all can't even tell the world on a consistent basis that there was something wrong with what he did. I can't even hear these motherfuckers. I don't even hear these people saying that. Y'all looting, y'all destroying your own community. Can't even tell us, can't even say it with their own mouth. Yeah, the bro was killed by the police. They can't even say it. And if you ask them if they got an idea, none of them got one. So don't listen to them. That's a bootlicker showing up. He waiting on somebody in power to somehow magically save him. And if it ain't the government, then they think it's gonna be God. Now y'all take that to bed with you. You are the one that changes this. There ain't nobody outside, ain't no other entity. Fuck that. We got this. We gonna have to do this. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm gonna take a break for now. We'll be back later with some more stuff down the road. Thank you on this process of me trying to figure this out, get my career started. This is it for me in terms of this podcast, and I'm trying to work this thing out. Thank you for the support. I will have links available for you guys. In my next episode, I'll be going over my review of MJ's The Last Dance. I also probably will be talking about some Doja Cat. I pushed her off to the side to get into this. Again, R.I.P. to George Floyd. R.I.P. to everybody who's lost their life to the police. And I hope and I'm praying for some relief with these protesters, and that it doesn't get too sick with this martial law. And I'm hoping that over time we are able to come up with some more solutions and hopefully some legislation, because at the end of the day, this is what we're gonna need. This is how this country works. And they're trying to make Antifa again, the fall guy, when it's the white ringers and the KKK that's in the police and that's been here. So y'all gotta look into all of it. Y'all can't just take Trump word for it. Y'all can't just take CNN word for it, or the liberal word for it, or the conservative word for it. You gotta look at it for what it is. I saw a man get murdered in my own eyes again, just like I did in 10 years ago. I saw this shit happen again, and this time, they've had so many videos and clips of other people being killed, but again, this was 10 years ago where I saw it directly for the first time. I saw them tie Oscar Grant and shoot him in the back of the head. I'm not with that shit, yo. And y'all could keep on playing and giving all the excuses in the world and be mad about the response, but be not mad at the what caused this. And y'all can live like that, but I'm not. I know it's wrong, and y'all can keep on playing with it. But I just want y'all to know, look at all these clips. Look at all this bullshit that y'all set fires for in the city for. All this bullshit that y'all wanted to all the excitement that y'all had for this sports shit. Y'all tore a city down for sports. Look at these white boys carrying these guns. I want y'all to see these images tonight before I let y'all go, so y'all can really understand where a lot of this frustration is coming from. Look at all this double standard shit we gotta deal with. All right, y'all. If anyone hasn't told you that, I love you. Peace out. One love. And I'll holler at you guys later.